Thank you, Mr. Chair. Administrator Serino, appreciate your service. And my question is, how can Congress work with you to better protect those high-risk urban areas, such as metropolitan Detroit, from terrorist attacks? And specifically, how we can allocate more of the existing money under the Urban Areas Security Initiative to those urban areas that are truly at risk, because federal money is scarce right now, but yet the threat to our urban areas has not diminished. So let me give you my specific case, is that I'm concerned about the citizens and the facilities of Metro Detroit being adequately protected by these Homeland Security funds. I have fought to make sure that Metro Detroit remains eligible for these Urban Areas Security Initiative funds. And last year, the Department of Homeland Security awarded over $9 million to Michigan under this program to protect urban areas from terrorist attacks. Of that $9 million, and again, the state received the money, even though the law says that it's the urban area that would apply for it. Of that $9 million, the city of Detroit only received $800,000. So I wanted to find out how we can better allocate that existing money so it goes to the high-risk area. Now, metropolitan Detroit has a large population which is spread throughout several counties. However, many of the key assets that would be targets of a terrorist attack are within Wayne County, such as our international airport, and we already had somebody try to blow up a plane already. Many of the remaining physical assets are right in the city of Detroit. Now, they have not yet been attacked, so I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. In Detroit, we have the busiest international border crossing in all of North America there. We have a large wastewater and drinking water system that could be a potential threat for bioterrorist attack. We have, right on the riverfront, the symbol of U.S. manufacturing, the world headquarters of General Motors, and it's in a building that has a 70-story tower in it. That's an icon of U.S. manufacturing, and unfortunately it could be a big target for a terrorist to attack. So how can we get more of the funds to the city that actually needs to protect its people, protect these assets? We heard through local Homeland Security officials and also looking at the law that the state of Michigan, as well as other states, can take up to 20% of the funding off the top. Now, I'm assuming that many states use this money for Homeland Security purposes. But still, that's a large chunk of money that could go directly to protect our assets. Also, the geographic area that's considered at risk in Michigan is very broad. Now, although agriculture is a very important job creator in Michigan, it's our second largest industry, I don't think that the cornfields surrounding Metro Detroit are at risk from an attack from Al-Qaeda. They'll try to blow up the Ambassador Bridge or contaminate our water supply or blow up another plane that, as they attempted to do a few years ago. Our cornfields are not at risk. So how can we get more of the funds to the city of Detroit and to Metro Detroit where we actually need that type of protection?
With this the National Preparedness Grant Program, we actually is risk-based and actually looking at the risks and where they are and where we're able to do those. In addition to that, it's also looking at the regional area to look at where those highest risks of the region and how we're able to utilize all the different assets that are in the area to help support, whether it's Detroit, whether it's another city, whether it's Long Beach, whether it's Los Angeles, is looking at it a regional approach is how we're able to support each other and how the communities are able to support each other. So the assets are assets that are not just for the one city, but assets for the region and also assets nationally as well.
Mr. Chair, just with the few minutes that I have, I'd like to follow back up with you and your staff then, just on the issue of Metro Detroit, to get more of that existing money directly where it's needed. Detroit is also in a financial crisis right now for many reasons. Housing crisis. We've had many schools that were closed and parents left the city to send their kids to other school districts. But we're in a fiscal crisis, and the firefighter grants that Homeland Security has available for cities requires the cities to match, provide local dollars up to 20%. City of Detroit and other cities facing grave financial emergencies may not be able to provide that type of match, even though they need to hire more firefighters and better equip their firefighters. What can cities such as the City of Detroit do if they can't meet the matching requirements because of their financial situation, yet they need to be eligible to receive firefighter assistance?
The Firefighter Assistance Grant is actually obviously one of the most popular grants, and to continue to help hire firefighters throughout the country. And as you requested, we'll be more than glad to come and have a specific brief for you for Detroit with our grants folks. We'd be glad to do that.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Administrator Serino. And I yield back my time.